Today is Monday, May 16th. And today was openers. 3 attempts at 90 for snatch, and then 3 attempts at 120 for the clean and jerk. And both those openers are 5 kilos more than what I opened with at the hassle-free meet. And so if all goes to plan, I guess all goes to plan as in if I have the ideal day of going 6 for 6, then I'll go 90, 95, 100, which will be a 5 kilogram meet PR. And then 120, 125, 130 for a 5 kilogram meet PR, which would make a 10 kilogram total PR, or comp total PR. So yeah, that's the plan. I am not giving myself the opportunity to all-time PR on the snatch, but that's totally okay because competition PRs are much more important than training PRs. And so that would put me at a total of 230. Again, just thinking of the ideal. I don't want to trap myself into thinking that, I really want to hit this ideal total after of going 6 for 6, because that is something that is not easy to do. And everything sort of has to be in check for that to happen. The way I went about the meet, my first meet in July, was just to go out there and have fun and put up a total. And I think that's the mindset that I want to carry into this meet as well. I think a few weeks before, when I was not in as good shape as I am right now, it was easier to be like that because I was expecting to total probably less than what I would total at the last meet, just given that I was fresh off of an injury. But over the last few weeks, obviously, I've learned through my training sessions that I'm in very good shape, and probably in better shape than I was for that meet. And so that sort of got me thinking, oh, I can put up a good total, blah, blah, blah. Like, let's, put up some comp PRs. And so I think that mindset can be kind of, though alluring, can be kind of dangerous, because if that doesn't happen, then I might, then how I do at the meet might sort of fall short of my expectations. But anyways, all of that aside, so 90 is my opener, made the first one, which is pretty solid, but then I actually missed the second one, and it's the same idea, it's the same issue that I've been having, but I was able to make the correction here with this third attempt. Since, I'm keeping it closer but moving backwards, I just sort of needed to pull a little bit harder straight up so that my body would sort of follow, I guess, without it jumping back too far. And I also gave myself a fourth attempt, just because I with the snatch, just with how, I guess, relatively inconsistent it is compared to the clean and jerks. I just wanted to ensure that I can make at least 3, which is what I did. And so I'm not worried about the snatch at all. I think I might have missed one of my snatches when I was hitting my openers 5 days out for the last meet as well. And I was totally fine for that. So not super worried. Although I will say my warm-ups, honestly, today, I just came into today just kind of feeling like shit, both physically and mentally. Physically, because I just was not used to having intaked all of this water for this water cut that I'm doing for the first time, actually. So it's all sort of a little bit foreign to me. So physically, I wasn't feeling really great as well. Or physically, I wasn't feeling as great. And then mentally as well, just been dealing with some personal stuff in my life that very much affected my mental capacity to think about weightlifting. I definitely was just not really in the zone today, and all my warm-ups just didn't feel quite right. That push jerk just now at 90 was definitely a press out, and it was just this feels so weird. I feel like I'm not moving very well. But despite all that, despite the conditions, the very unideal conditions that I was in, and my body and my brain was in, I was still performing relatively well. I feel like historically, when I'm not able to focus and be in the right mental space, the whole entire lifting session is shit, and I just can't lift for anything. But despite that, I made 3 out of the 4 attempts for the snatch. And then with the clean and jerks, again, I do miss 1, but I think it was just sort of a combination of things. So here's my first attempt at 120, solid clean, pretty solid jerk. The second one that follows right after this, I missed because one, I think I was just like overthinking, but two, I got a little bit distracted from this set to the next with a bloody hand, and I was like, okay, should I just keep lifting with this bloody hand without doing anything just to have that same 2-minute rest time in between each set, or do I just clean myself up, give myself a little bit more time? And just like thinking about all that, I was like a little bit distracted. So that's why I missed that second jerk. And I guess if we're just talking about it mechanically, it just went out way too forward. And so made the adjustment for the third attempt, and I made it. So feeling pretty confident about both the snatch and the clean and jerk. And so finished up with some pull-ups and abs, and then called it a day.